wild and untamed. Oh, it's Spider Hat. Beware his kiss, his pleasures unnamed. Yes, it's Spider Hat. Sitting so pretty, way up on John's head. One move of his big spider arms, and brother, you're dead. Oh, Spider Hat, yes, it's Spider Hat. You can't escape his wrath. You're on his evil path. He's on you, his name is Spider Hat. Spider Hat, Spider Hat.
Hello. I forgot to set my microphone. Raphael is under the weather. Oh my gosh, excuse me for a second. How horrible. There, a little bit of allergies, sorry. What an ignominious beginning to this whole show. Raphael, I hope you're feeling better, my friend. Just relax. Let us play some radio shows for you and just give you a lovely evening if we might. Hello, I'm John Weber. This, of course, is Spider Hat, and welcome to Webo Mystery, the program where I, an avid fan of old-time radio shows, do one of my favorite things in the whole world, and that is sit down with some friends and listen to some old-time radio. This will be our last regular Thursday evening for Webo Mystery. I have no idea what's coming up in the distant future, but I can tell you that we are just about to premiere a bunch of shows. Look at Spider Hat. Joe Townsend makes the most amazing graphics. I just love them so much. And Spider Hat's got a little bow tie on because he's being all fancy. We have got all new shows coming up on my YouTube network. Who the hell would let this guy run a network? But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll tell you a lot of stuff later. So get ready. Get ready. It's about to get very exciting for this summer. And, hopefully you won't ever run short of fun stuff to watch from the Weber internet thingy. Oh my gosh. I just accidentally got a promo in for the YouTube channel there. Weber internet thingy. Please. Are you liking? Are you subscribing? Are you sharing? That'd be nice. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to do any of this stuff. But if you did, oh my gosh, I would be so grateful. Lots and lots of great talk in the chat, as there always is. And that is one of the things that makes this show so special. And I appreciate so much that we've created our little community and that it's very inviting. Anyone can join. We're not at that point yet where we need to turn anyone away. Good Lord, no. So what can I tell you about tonight's show? Tonight, we are going to be listening to, I gotta read you a little something here. We're going to be listening to Gunsmoke tonight. Now, Gunsmoke, I grew up with it. I think a lot of people around my age did. We kind of took it for granted. All we knew was that it was a TV show and it had lasted for a long time, 20 years. It was done in 1975. And at that point, a Los Angeles critic, Los Angeles Times columnist, Cecil Smith, said, Gunsmoke was the dramatization of the American epic legend of the West, our own Iliad and Odyssey. created from standard elements of the dime novel and the pulp western as romanticized by Buntline, Hart, and Twain. It was ever the stuff of legend. This was also one of the great radio shows. There was a writer named John Dunning who literally wrote the book on old time radio. John Dunning's book is considered by most fans, most collectors like myself, to be a tremendous resource and a great authority on old time radio. John Dunning said, among radio drama enthusiasts, Gunsmoke is routinely placed among the best shows of any kind at any time. It is a very, very good show. And I think, as I've described to a lot of you, that Gunsmoke was the result of a lot of fans of Westerns in the silent movies, in the movies of the 30s, the serials, the many radio shows that were kid-oriented. If you were a fan of Westerns, you grew up with Westerns. But what was unusual and what came because of Gunsmoke was that Westerns grew up with you. And this became one of the great heralds of 1950s old-time radio. The late 20s, the 30s, the 40s, they all had their own characters, these times of radio. In the 50s, it became a more intimate medium, and it made a lot of opportunity for really interesting storytelling, not good guys versus bad guys, not white hat cowboys versus black hat cowboys, shades of gray, and a very adult storytelling. Tonight's episode was one of the big episodes. This was one that a lot of people remembered. It's called The New Hotel, and I'm going to play it for you. Now, I'm not going to do a whole lot of blah, blah, because we have two shows in essence tonight, and I don't want to go way over time. So we're going to listen to the show, and then we're going to listen to the rehearsal for the show. Now, because radio at this point had evolved so much, a big budget radio show like Gunsmoke would have a huge crew and a huge cast. And there wasn't just one sound effects guy or two sound effects guys. There was an entire team, and they would do what was called sound patterns. There were producers, there were directors, there were, again, lots of actors, and a big band, a big orchestra. Well, not an orchestra, but a band, a good-sized band, supplying the music live. This was one of the best shows ever made. So let me get to it. Let me play it for you. Sorry, reading the chat, try to see if there's anything I can pull really quickly. Oh, there's going to be a lot of fun stuff. If you have any questions, I will try my best to answer them in the chat and put them up on the screen. But other than that, we really should let the programming take over. So let me get you to this YouTube page. The first account we're going to listen to, I can't believe I wasn't already subscribed to it. It's called Old Time Radio Archive. Oh man, that's a big subscriber count. Holy cow. 60.5, 60,500, 60,000. That's just, I wish. Okay. All right, here we go, my friends. The Old Time Radio Show, Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke, brought to you by Chesterfield. Chesterfield packs more pleasure because it's more perfectly packed, thanks to Accuray. They satisfy the most. Around Dodge City and in the territory on West, There's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke, starring William Conrad. The transcribed story of the violence that moved west with young America, and the story of a man who moved with it.
I'm that man, Matt Dillon, United States Marshal. The first man they look for and the last they want to meet. It's a chancy job, and it makes a man watchful and a little lonely.
Oh, so that's Enoch Mills's new hotel.
Yeah, it will be when they get it built, Chester.
I never heard of a cattle rancher going into hotel business before, Mr.
Oh,
Bill.
Enoch Mills is a man of enterprise.
Look yonder at him. He's as proud as a new father, ain't he?
Well, it isn't every day a man builds a new hotel in Dodge.
Hello, Marshal. Chester?
Oh, Mr. Mills?
That's gone up pretty fast, isn't it, Enoch?
Well, we got most of the month before it's finished.
Uh-huh. How many rooms you gonna have?
15. Could have more, but this is going to be a class hotel. Not some hay tent like Jim Doby's Dodge house.
I bet he's jealous.
That Doby's had a monopoly in this town long enough. You're right about him being jealous, Chester. He's already done everything he can to keep me from building.
Oh, what's he done, Enoch?
Tried to buy up all the good lumber in town, for one thing. Thought he'd leave me with nothing but a lot of warpy old cottonwood. But I got on to him soon enough. I'm building with the best, Marshal. All of it. Ash, hackberry.
Yonder he comes now.
Huh?
He's scouting the enemy, I guess.
Yeah. Let him scout. He'll be out of business soon enough.
Looks like a town meeting we're about to have. How are you, Marshal Chester?
Oh, Mr. Doby.
We're coming along just fine, Doby. Of course, it's only a little bitty hotel.
You'll never beat me, Enoch. You're getting too old.
Old? Doby, I'll eat the goose that fattens in your grave.
Not likely. Anyways, what do you know about the hotel business, Enoch? You won't last a month.
Now, look, man. Dodge can use 2 hotels. There's plenty of trade here. Why don't you quit fighting each other?
You're just scared of a little competition, Doby. You ain't slept a night since I started building.
You got a ranch to run, Enoch. That's enough for one man. You shouldn't be pushing into other people's territory.
You ain't gonna stop me, Doby.
I've tried to stop you, and I'll go on trying.
Marshal, he's threatening me. You heard him.
I'm going to fight you, Enoch. I'm going to fight you all the way. So now you'd better start staying up nights.
That man belongs in jail, Marshal.
Doby's a hard one, Enoch. He'll give you a fight. But I don't think he'll do anything illegal.
Oh, you don't? Well, you just wait and see. And it's going to be your fault for not stopping him now. The whole blame's going to be on your shoulders, Marshal. And I ain't going to let nobody forget it.
Well, evening, Kitty. What are you doing here?
I came by to tell you something, Matt.
Huh?
You ever hear of a man called Gil Shank?
Don't tell me he's in town.
I met him at the Long Branch this afternoon. He didn't say much, but a man like that stands out like a white buffalo.
You can pick him, Kitty. Yeah, Gil Shank's a gunman and a crook. He isn't wanted that I know of, but he sure ought to be.
I didn't figure him for a drummer.
Well, I'll let him stay around a few days. See what he's up to, maybe.
Well, there were a couple of men with him. But it's hard to say if they're friends or if they just met.
And they're probably friends. The old Shank never liked traveling alone.
Oh, they didn't look like gunmen, Matt. Just a couple of saddle buns.
Huh? Well, maybe I'm wrong. Thanks for telling me anyway, Kitty.
Mr. Dillon. Oh, hello, Miss Kitty.
Something to scare you, Chester?
Worse than that, the new hotel's on fire.
On fire?
Huh?
On fire. And old Enoch saying Jim Dobie there. Oh, the place. You better get down there, Mr. Dillon.
Introducing one of the country's best-known jazz musicians and arrangers, Mr. Bobby Haggart. How about whistling along with him?
Packs more pleasure, packs more pleasure. Chesterfield packs more pleasure because Chesterfield's more perfectly packed.
The more perfectly packed your cigarette, the more taste and mildness are released for you. Chesterfield, made by exclusive Accuray, has an open, easy draw that unlocks all the pleasure of fine tobaccos. Now, Accuray ensures an even distribution of tobacco from one end of your Chesterfield to the other. Chesterfield is firm and pleasing to the lips, mild, yet deeply satisfying.
Chesterfield packs more pleasure because Chesterfield's more perfectly packed.
To the touch, to the taste, Chesterfield packs more pleasure because it's more perfectly packed. By Chesterfield, mild, yet they satisfy the most.
By the time I reached the fire, a bucket brigade had been formed. And there wasn't much to do but get in line myself. Even while we worked, I could tell the fire had been set and that the wood had been soaked with kerosene. It was all over in a half hour, but not because we'd put it out. There was nothing left to burn. Next morning, I went back and had a talk with Enoch. And he'd already bought more lumber, and he had his workmen busy cleaning up.
This ain't gonna stop me, Marshal. Takes more than a little arson to stop Enoch Mills.
Enoch, I guess there's no need to ask you who you think did it, is there?
What? Jim Dobie, of course. You know as well as I do.
Yeah, but you don't have any proof of that, Enoch.
I got what proof I need. And if you was anything of a lawman at all, Dobie'd be in jail right now.
Enoch, you know I can't arrest a man because you and he are enemies.
Well, it don't matter. I ain't counting on you no more. I got other ways. Yes, sir. Hey, come in right there, Marshal.
What?
There.
You mean Gil Shank?
That's right. He seen me after the fire last night, and he offered to go to work for me.
What do you need a gunman for, Enoch?
Yeah, that makes you sit up, don't it? Yeah. You and Dobie both. You bet it does.
Marshal Dillon. Well, now this is a pleasure.
Yeah, he knows you're working for me, Shank. I told him.
Just Shank, Enoch?
What do you mean?
Well, is he the only one you hired?
I'm alone, Marshal, if that's what you're driving at.
You're making a bad mistake, Enoch. You don't need a man like this.
I could take offense at that, Marshal.
No? Well, why don't you let me know when you decide, huh?
I'll let you know.
Yeah, that's telling him. All right, we'll take care of Jim Dobie next.
You won't do a thing to Jim Dobie. Either one of you.
Well, you're protecting the criminal, Marshal. But it ain't gonna work. Shank's got a plan. You said you was gonna figure something out, Shank. You done it?
Well, Enoch, what with the law being so loose around here, we gotta protect your hotel day and night. How many riders you got out at the range?
You're about 20.
I want 15 of them.
You what?
I want them here in Dodge. We're going to put a guard around this building 24 hours a day.
Well, I can't spare 15 men, Shank. Who's gonna watch the cattle?
You ain't moving cattle this time of year, are you?
Of course not.
Then 5 riders is enough. You want this hotel to go up or don't you?
All right. I'll send for him.
Hey.
Hmm?
See that Jim Doby over there?
Yeah, that's him.
Come to enjoy his dirty work, I guess.
Shank,
What, Marshal?
the first sign of any of your dirty work, and I'm coming after you. Fast.
Morning, Marshal.
Dobie,
I suppose I'm getting the blame for this.
you are.
Yeah. Then why ain't you arresting me?
I've known you for a long time, Dobie. You're pig-headed and you can be downright mean, but you don't fight this way.
You make it hard to thank you, Marshal.
You can thank me by laying off Enoch Mills for a while. There's going to be enough trouble without your making any.
Well, maybe there ain't nothing gonna happen after all, Mr. Dillon.
What?
I mean about old Enoch Mills' hotel. Been a week now, and everything is purely pond peaceful.
Well, what with 15 armed guards spelling one another day and night, it ought to be.
I didn't see that fella Gil Shank around yesterday.
Oh, Enoch said he rode down to Tascosa.
What for? To hold up the bank?
It wouldn't surprise me.
No, okay. Well, here's Mr. Botkin.
No?
Well, morning, Marshal. Morning, Chester.
Morning, Mr. Botkin.
You look like you're dressed for traveling.
Well, a banker doesn't do all his work behind a desk, Marshal. I've been looking over some land up north the last couple of days.
How'd you have a good trip?
Fine, except for crossing the Pawnee. It was almost in flood.
And how'd you make it?
Well, I was lucky, Chester. Some cowboys were taking a herd across, and they gave me a hand.
Swimming a herd across the Pawnee this time of year?
Yes, must have had 1,000 head, Marshal.
Well, who was it? I don't know anybody moving cattle now.
They were strangers to me.
What was the brand?
I'm afraid I'm not much of a brand reader, Marshal.
Oh, you think you could draw it for me? Come over here in the dirt, Mr. Buck.
All right.
Here's a stick. Now, what did it look like?
Well, there was a circle here and a line through it, like this. It stopped just about here.
Well, everybody knows that brand, Mr. Botkin.
Everybody but me, I guess. Where would they be taking those cattle, Marshal?
Only one place. The Greystone Indian Agency is about 20 miles beyond there.
Oh, they're gonna sell them to the agency, eh?
Well, they won't get top prices, but it's always a fast cash sale. Chester,
Yes, sir.
go saddle 3 horses and tie them up behind the office, and then wait for me. I'll be back after dark. Go ahead, Enoch.
Don't know what you're bringing me here this time of night for, Marshal.
Well, I got everything ready, Mr. Dillon.
Ah, good, Chester.
You got everything ready for what?
Well, I don't know exactly, Mr. Mills.
Oh, I think you're both crazy.
Well, now here, that's no way to talk. Nobody's done nothing to you.
I suppose burning my hotel down was nothing, huh?
It wasn't a hotel. It was only the frame of one.
Chester, I'm beginning to think you and the marshal was in on it. Both of you. You're such big friends of that Jim Doby.
You'll believe most anything, won't you, Enoch?
Anything but what you tell me, Marshal Dillon.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It's sure enough true. All right, I'm getting out of here now. I got nothing to say to you, and you got nothing to say to me. Don't know why I come here in the first place.
Wait a minute, Enoch.
Well, make it fast.
I will. I was going to try to explain something to you, but I can see that it'd be a waste of time.
You all through?
No, I'm just getting started.
All right, give me that gun, Marshal.
I'm going to keep it for you, Enoch. Right here in my belt.
You arresting him for something, Mr. Dillon?
No, I'm not arresting him, Chester. I'm kidnapping him.
Where are you listening to Gunsmoke? In your kitchen? Getting ready for Sunday supper? Maybe in your living room, relaxing? Or out driving? Say, be sure and watch the road. But remember, there's pleasure ahead when you smoke Chesterfield. When you satisfy yourself with Chesterfield's better taste and mildness. You see, Chesterfield packs more pleasure because it's more perfectly packed. A more perfectly packed cigarette gives you an open, easy draw that unlocks all the better taste and mildness of fine tobaccos. And Chesterfield, made by exclusive Accuray, is more perfectly packed, with an even distribution of tobacco from one end of your Chesterfield to the other. Firm and pleasing to the lips, mild, yet deeply satisfying. Remember, to the touch, to the taste.
Chesterfield packs more pleasure because Chesterfield's more perfectly packed.
Buy Chesterfield. Mild, yet they satisfy the most.
Enoch Mills was about as mad as any man I'd ever seen. But I managed to get him on a horse, and then he and Chester and I rode quietly out of Dodge. By noon next day, we'd covered some 60 miles and were at the Greystone Indian Agency. It was run by a man called Albert Leach, who didn't seem too bright, but at least I could tell he wasn't a grafter like most. I had a talk with him, and I brought Enoch in to meet him.
Come in, gentlemen, come in. Have a chair.
You give me a chair, mister. I'll bash both your heads in with it.
Now, really, Mr. Mills,
How come you know my name?
Marshal Dillon told me.
This is Albert Leach, Enoch. He runs the agency.
I don't care who he is or what he runs. He's got anything to do with whatever it is you're up to, Marshal. He's going to end up in jail, too.
Good heavens.
Don't worry about it, Leach. Enoch was up all night. I think I put him in a bad temper. Look, Leach, I want you to tell him how many cattle you bought yesterday.
1,012 head.
Mm-hmm. And you paid?
$15 a head.
Well, then you robbed somebody. Any couch and walk's worth $20.
The government never pays over 15, Mr. Mills.
Which is why I never sell to the government.
We haven't got much time. Have you paid for those cattle yet, Leach?
No, the boss will be here any minute to collect the money. In fact, that's him riding in now.
Yeah. All right, you pay him, Leach, and we'll wait in the other room.
I understand, Marshal.
Come on, Enoch.
You're getting yourself in deeper and deeper, Marshal. But I've about decided you won't go to jail. Just going to lock you up in a madhouse.
Quiet now, Enoch. Just listen.
Matt,
You got the money, mister?
are you the boss of that outfit?
Enoch Mills is the boss. I run it for him.
What? Be quiet.
Come on, give me the money. I ain't got
Well,
all
that's
day.
Gil Shank.
Well, hurry it up, mister. Now, where's the money?
Oh, I'll kill him. I'll kill him with my bare hands.
No, wait a minute, Enoch.
Dirty thief, Shank!
What are you doing here? Dillon.
Hold it, Shank.
Yeah, you killed him, Marshal.
You're not hit, are you, Enoch?
Yeah? No, he missed me. That's what he wanted my men guarding the hotel for. That rotten criminal.
He had some help. And we're going to be a long time finding him.
I don't care about them. You got him.
He set that fire, Enoch. He planned the whole thing.
You had it figured out. Why didn't you tell me?
You won't believe anything I say. Remember?
I've been a fool, Marshal. Looks like I owe you an apology.
Never mind me. What about Jim Doby? You've given him a bad name.
I don't know, Marshal. I never should have started that hotel in the first place. I'm a cattleman. I'm no innkeeper.
You mean you're not going to finish it?
Oh, I'll finish it. But then you know what I'm going to do? I'll go to Jim Doby and I'll ask him to run it for me. You think he'll do it, Marshal?
Yeah, he'll do it, Enoch. And whenever you come to town, he might even let you stay there. If you behave yourself.
In a moment, our star, William Conrad.
Chesterfield packs more pleasure because Chesterfield's more perfectly packed.
Chesterfield, made by exclusive Accuray, packs more pleasure because it's more perfectly packed. Unlocks all the pleasure of fine tobacco.
Chesterfield packs more pleasure because Chesterfield's more perfectly packed.
Firm and pleasing to the lips. Chesterfield. Mild. Yet they satisfy the most.
You know, on the frontier, an outlaw was called a gunman, while a peace officer was referred to as a gunfighter. But they both lived by their guns, and they usually died by them. And that was the West. Good night.
Gunsmoke, produced and directed by Norman MacDonald, stars William Conrad as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal. Our story was specially written for Gunsmoke by John Meston, with music composed and conducted by Rex Corey. Sound patterns by Tom Hanley and Bill James. Featured in the cast were Lawrence Dobkin, Vic Perrin, John Daner, Harry Bartell, and Joe Duvall. Harley Bear as Chester, and Georgia Ellis as Kitty. If you're a young man of draft age or a veteran, the National Guard offers you many outstanding opportunities. Contact your local National Guard unit for details.
Smokers, this is it. L&M filters. So good to your taste, so quick on the draw. Make today your big red letter day, your L&M red letter day. Superior taste and filter, it's the miracle tip. Make today your big red letter day. Change to L&M today.
L&M, so good to your taste.
So quick on the draw.
Get L&M today. Relax with L&M. So good to your taste, so quick on the draw.
Join us again next week for another specially transcribed story on Gunsmoke.
Oh gosh, what's his name? Yeah, William Corey. He might even. I love the music. All right, not to cut short this lovely music, but we really do want to get to the Dirty Saturday rehearsal. This is the recorded rehearsal. I believe this is a kind of rehearsal called a cue to cue. So it doesn't matter what you're doing as much as it matters you're ready when it's your cue. And of course, there are actors, there are sound artists. My gosh, what do we call them again? We call them the Foley. That's right, the Foley team. There's the band. There's a lot of people that need to coordinate. So that's what we're looking for in this rehearsal. However, they would get a little punchy, and they would make it kind of dirty. I don't think anything that they do couldn't be played now, but back in the day, of course. Okay, so using the theater of the mind, it's about to get a little adult. And here we go.
Around Dodge City and in the territory on West, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke, starring William Conrad. The transcribed story of the violence that moved west with young America. And the story of a man who moved with it.
I'm that man, Matt Dillon, United States Marshal. The first man they look for and the last they want to meet. It's a chancy job, and it makes a man watchful and a little lonely.
Well, so that's Enoch Mills' new hotel.
Oh, it will be when they get it built, Chester.
Never heard of a cattle rancher going into hotel business before, Mr. Dillon.
Enoch Mills is a man of enterprise.
Look yonder at him. Why, he's as proud as a new father, ain't he?
Oh, it isn't every day a man builds a new hotel in the Dodge, I always say.
No.
Hello, Marshal. Chester.
Oh, Mr. Mills.
Yeah, it's going up pretty fast, isn't it?
Oh, we've got most of the month before it's finished, Marshal.
How many rooms you going to have?
15. Could have more, but this is going to be a class hotel, not some hay tent like Jim Dobie's Dodge house.
I'll bet he's jealous.
Dobie's had monopoly in this town long enough. You're right about him being jealous, Chester. He's already done everything he can to keep me from building.
Oh? Oh, what's he done?
Well, he tried to buy up all the good lumber in town, for one thing. Good lumber in town. Thought he'd leave me with nothing but a lot of warpy cottonwood. But I got on to him soon enough, and I'm building with the best, Marshal. All ash and hackberry.
Here,
Hello, John.
Oh, hello, Marshal. He's scouting the enemy, I guess.
Well, leave him scout. He'll be out of business soon enough.
Scouting the enemy.
Scouting the enemy,
Yeah, looks like a town meeting we're about to have.
Hi, Marshal.
Hello, Mr. Dobie.
Coming along fine, Dobie. Of course, it's only a little bitty hotel. Half the rooms, but twice the class of the Dodge House.
You won't get my trade.
Hello, John.
I've been in business too long.
What a figure. Who's your little friend, Dobie?
You'll never beat me, eunuch. You're getting too old.
Old?
I'm Marshal.
I'll eat the goose that fattens in your grave, Jim Dobie.
Not likely. Anyways, what do you know about the hotel business, Enoch? You won't last a month.
Good question.
Now, look, you men, Dodge can use 2 hotels. There's plenty of trade here. Why don't you quit fighting each other?
You're too scared of a little competition, Dobie. You ain't slept a night since I started building.
You got a ranch to run, Enoch. That's enough for one man. You shouldn't be pushing on other people's territory.
Well, you ain't gonna stop me.
I've tried to stop you, and I'll go on trying.
All right, he's threatening me, Marshal. You heard him.
I'm going to fight you, Enoch. I'm going to fight you all the way. So now, you better start staying up nights.
Man belongs in jail, Marshal.
Dobie's a hard one, Enoch. He'll give you a fight. But I don't think he'll do anything illegal.
He won't, huh? Well, you wait and see. And it's going to be your fault for not stopping him now. The whole blame's going to be on your shoulders, Marshal. And I ain't going to let nobody forget it.
Kitty, get that goddamn thing out of here.
Oh, this is the loneliest jailhouse I was ever in, Matt. You and Chester don't spend much time here, do you?
I would be around more often if you'd drive in occasionally.
I haven't got a license.
Oh, I see. Well, you never did have.
Well, that's one reason I'm going to live so long. I came by to tell you something, Matt.
No?
Yeah. Look out for this Christmas traffic.
Don't tell me that's around again.
Yep. I met a guy at the Long Branch this afternoon. He didn't say much, but a man like that stands out like a white buffalo.
Oh, you can pick him, Kitty. The old shank's a gunman and a crook. He isn't wanted that I know of, but he sure ought to be.
Well, I didn't figure him for a drummer.
Oh. Well, I think I'll let him stay around a few days. See what he's up to. A drummer?
There are a couple of men with him, but it's hard to say if they're friends or if they just met.
Oh, well, they're probably friends. Bill Shank never liked traveling alone much.
Well, they didn't look like gunmen, Matt. They're just a couple of saddle bums.
Maybe I'm wrong, then. Well, thanks for telling me, though, Kitty.
How's Enoch Mills' hotel coming? I haven't been by there lately.
Oh, they got the frame up. Enoch says it'll be another month anyway.
Huh? Jim Doby been letting him alone?
Well, he keeps prodding him pretty hard.
Yeah. I guess those two will never get together.
Not the way they're going.
Mr. Dillon, I skunned my knee again. What was Kitty?
Was it something scary you, Chester?
Oh, worse than that. Oh, that new hotel's on fire.
On fire?
And old Enoch saying Jim Doby. Oh, my knee's killing me. You better get down there, Mr. Dillon.
Oh, dear.
Hear that, Rex?
By the time I reached Rex Corey, a bucket brigade had been formed. There wasn't much to do but get in line and form a circle. Even while we worked, I could tell the fire had been set and that the wood had been soaked with kerosene. It was all over in a half hour. And not because we'd put it out. There was nothing left to burn. The next morning, I went back and had a talk with Enoch. He'd already bought more lumber and had his workmen busy cleaning up.
This ain't gonna stop me, Marshal. Takes more than arson to stop Enoch Mills.
I guess there's no need to ask you who you think did it, is there?
Well, Jim Doby, of course. You know that as well as I do.
You don't have any proof of that, Enoch?
I got what proof I need. And if you was anything of a lawman at all, Doby'd be in jail right now.
I can't arrest a man because you and he are enemies, Enoch.
Well, it don't matter. I ain't counting on you no more. I got other ways. Hey, coming right there, Marshal.
You mean Gil Shank?
That's right. He seen me after the fire last night, and he offered to go to work for me.
What do you need a gunman for, Enoch?
That makes you sit up, don't it? You and Doby both. You bet it does.
Marshal Dillon. Well, now, this is a pleasure.
Yeah, he knows you're working for me, Shank. I told him.
Just Shank, Enoch?
What do you mean?
Is he the only one you hired?
I'm alone, Marshal. That's what you're driving at.
You're making a bad mistake, Enoch. You don't need a man like this.
I could take offense at that, Marshal.
Well, you just let me know when you decide, huh?
I'll let you know.
Yeah, you've been listening to each other again, I can tell.
You won't do a thing to Jim Doby, either one of you.
You're protecting the criminal, Marshal. But it ain't gonna work. Shank's got a plan. You said you was gonna figure something out, Shank. You done it?
Well, Enoch, what with the law being so loose around here, we gotta protect your hotel.
True.
Day and night.
That goddamn shrimp curry does it every time.
How many riders you got out at your ranch?
Oh, about 20.
Well, I want 15 of them.
You what?
I want them here in Dodge. We're going to put a guard around this building 24 hours a day.
I can't spare no 15 men, Shank. Who's going to watch the store?
You ain't moving cattle.
Of course not.
Well, then 5 riders are enough for that. You want this hotel to go up or don't you?
All right, I'll send for him.
Say, ain't that... No, that ain't John. That's Jim Doby over there.
Yeah, that's him. Little Jim Doe.
Come to enjoy his dirty work.
Yeah, Shank.
What, Marshal?
The first sign of any of your dirty work, I'm coming after you fast. Bye. Right.
Morning, Marshal.
Dobie.
I suppose I'm getting the blame for this.
Oh, yes, you are.
Well, why ain't you arresting me?
I've known you for a long time, Dobie. You're a pig-headed and you can be downright mean. But you don't fight this.
You make it hard.
I don't know what the fuck I'm laughing about. You can thank me by laying off Enoch Mills for a while. There's going to be enough trouble without you making any. Oh,
Maybe nothing ain't gonna happen after all, Mr. Dillon.
what?
I mean about old Enoch Mills' hotel.
Hello, John.
Everything is purely pawn peaceful.
Oh, with 15 armed guards spelling one another day and night, it ought to be.
I didn't see that fellow Gil Shank around yesterday.
Oh, Enoch said that he rode down to Tascosa.
What for? To hold up the bank?
Well, it wouldn't surprise me.
Here comes Mr. Botkin.
No?
Morning, Marshal. Morning, Chester.
Your dog's running away.
Morning, Chester.
Hello. Morning, Mr. Botkin.
You look dressed for traveling.
Well, a banker doesn't do all his work behind a desk, Marshal. I've been looking over some land up north the last couple of days.
How'd you have a good trip?
Fine, except for crossing the Pawnees. It was almost in flood.
How'd you make it?
I was lucky, Chester. Some cowboys were taking a herd across, and they gave me a hand.
Swimming a herd across the Pawnee this time of year?
Yes. They must have had a
Hi, John.
head, Marshal.
Yeah. Well, who was it? I don't know anybody moving cattle now.
They were strangers to me.
Oh. What was the brand? The brand?
I'm afraid I'm not much of a brand reader, Marshal.
You think you could draw it for me? Over here in the dirt, Mr. Botkin. Here's a stick. Yeah. Now, what did it look like?
Well, there was a circle here.
Father who?
And a line through it. Like this. It stopped just about here.
Why, everybody knows that brand, Mr. Botkin.
Everybody but me, I guess. Where would they be taking those cattle, Marshal?
Only one place, the Greystone Indian Agency, is about 20 miles beyond there.
No, they're going to sell them to the agency, eh?
They won't get top prices, but it's always a fast cash sale. Chester.
What?
Go saddle 3 horses and tie them up behind the office, and then wait for me. I'll be back after dark. Go ahead, Enoch.
Don't know what you're bringing me here this time of night for, Marshal. I got everything ready, Mr. Dillon.
Good, Chester.
You got everything ready for what? Well, I don't know exactly, Mr. Mills. Oh, I think you're both crazy. Here, that's no way to talk. Nobody ain't done nothing to you.
All right, hold it, Chester.
Suppose burning my hotel down was nothing? Oh, it wasn't a hotel. It was only just the frame of one. That about right? Chester, I'm beginning to think you and the marshal are both in on it. You're such big friends with Jim Doby.
You'll believe most anything, won't you, Enoch?
Anything but what you tell me, Marshal Dillon.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure enough, true. Now I'm getting out of here. I got nothing to say to you, and you got nothing
hold
to
it.
say to me.
God
damn it, my ears. Stronger than you'd think. Don't know why I come in the first place.
Now, wait a minute, Enoch.
Marshal, make it faster.
I will. I was going to try to explain something to you, but I can see that'd be a waste of time.
Are you all through?
Oh, honey, I'm just getting started.
Give me my gun, Marshal.
No, I'll keep it for you, Enoch. Right here in my belt.
Are you arresting him for something, Mr. Dillon?
Not arresting him, Chester. I'm kidnapping him. Enoch Mills was about as mad as any man I ever saw. But I managed to get him on a horse, and then he and Chester and I rode quietly out of Dodge. The next day, we'd covered some 60 miles and were at Greystone Indian Agency. It was run by a man called Albert Leach, who didn't seem too bright, but at least I could tell he wasn't a grafter like most. I had a talk with him, and then I brought Enoch in to meet him.
Come in, gentlemen. Come in. Have a chair.
You give me a chair, mister, I'll bash both your heads in with it.
Now, really, Mr. Mills.
How come you know my name?
Why, Marshal Dillon told me.
This is Albert Leach, Enoch. He runs the agency. I don't care who he is or what he runs. He's got anything to do with whatever you're up to, Marshal. He's going to end up in jail, too.
Oh, good heavens.
Don't worry about it, Leach. Enoch was up all night, and I think it put him in a bad temper. Leach, I want you to tell him how many cattle you bought yesterday.
1,012 head.
Uh-huh. And you paid
$15 a head.
And you robbed somebody. Any coward can walk's worth $20.
The government never pays over 15, Mr. Mills.
That's why I don't sell to the government. We haven't got much time. Hello, John?
Well, I didn't know you were here.
Have you paid for those cattle yet, Leach?
No. The boss will be here any minute to collect the money.
That's them riding him now. Pay him, Leach. We'll meet in the other room.
Yeah, I understand.
All right, come on, Enoch. Getting yourself in deeper and deeper, Marshal. I'm about decided you won't go to jail. They're going to lock you up in a madhouse. Quiet now, Enoch, and listen.
Where'd he go? Money? You the boss of that outfit that just went by?
Enoch Mills is the boss. I run it for him.
What?
Come on, give me the money. I ain't got all
That's
day.
Bill Shank.
Well, hurry it up, mister. Where's the money?
Oh, I'll kill him. I'll kill him with my bare hands.
You dirty thief, Shank. What are you doing here? Killing.
Hold it, Shank. I said hold it, Shank.
Hold it.
Bang.
Bang. Can I set it down now?
You killed him, Marshal. You're not hit, Enoch? No, he missed me. So this is what he wanted my men guarding the hotel for. The rotten criminal.
He had some help, but we're going to be a long time finding him.
I don't care about them. You got him.
He set that fire, Enoch. He planned the whole thing.
You had it figured out. Why didn't you tell me?
You wouldn't believe anything I said, remember?
Yeah. Well, I've been a fool, Marshal. Looks like I kind of owe you an apology.
What about Jim Doby? You're giving him a bad name, you know.
Yeah. No, I don't know, Mar. I never should have started that hotel in the first place. I'm a cattleman, not no innkeeper.
Oh, you mean you're not going to finish it?
Oh, I'm going to finish it. But then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Jim Doby and ask him to run it for me. You think he'll do it, Marshal?
Yeah, he'll do it, Enoch. And whenever you come to town, he might even let you stay there if you behave yourself.
And now our star, William Conrad.
You know, on the frontier, a horse thief was often caught and hung because someone else's brand was on the animal that he'd stolen. But next week, a man is hung because...
And now our sadistic star.
I just wanted to say, by God.
You never forget your verb forms as long as you say the man who was hung was well hanged.
All righty, ready. I can't do this now. This is ridiculous. Let's go to the next one.
Go to the third move. Come back with me. In a moment, our star, William Conrad.
You know, on the frontier, a horse thief was often caught and hung because someone else's brand was on the animal he'd stolen. we may not be able to do this one, you know. All right, come on, be serious, Bill.
All right,
Goddamn, this is serious business,
all right.
boy. Come on now. Yeah.
Here's a teaser for Lynching Man. In a moment, our star. Not yet.
Let's cut it just before we do the show. Oh, Christ, I'd never do it with all these people in here. We got to do it now.
You won't believe it, but this is a teaser for Lynching Man. In a moment, our star, William Conrad.
This is quite ridiculous, and I'm awfully sorry, but there's not much I can do about it. Just let me do it without him doing the opening.
All right.
You've already got the opening, haven't you? All right.
You know, on the frontier, a horse thief was often caught and hung.
I can't get that goddamn thing out of my mind.
Let me do a couple of credits, and if I can get through the credits, you can do anything. Gunsmoke, transcribed under the direction of Norman McDonald, stars William Conrad as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal. Tonight's story was specially written for Gunsmoke by John Maston, that son of a bitch. With music composed and conducted by Rex Corey. Sound patterns by Tom Hadley and Ray Kemper. Featured in the cast were Vic Perrin, John Daner, and Harry Bartell. Harley Bear is Chester, Howard McNear is Doc, and Georgia Ellis is Kitty. Join us again next week as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal, fights to bring law and order out of the wild violence of the West in Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke is being broadcast overseas to the servicemen of our enemies.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, I've heard that a bunch of times, and it still catches me by surprise. It's so funny. My favorite part, my favorite part is how William Conrad has such a deep, resonant voice, and when he laughs, he's a tenor. His voice is so high. So it's not just me. Oh, good. All right, I like that. Well, there you go. There's Gunsmoke in all of its glory. A great episode. And the rehearsal of that episode, where you can just see that they are just out of their minds. They work very, very hard, and it's nice to have fun. So I'm glad that those rehearsals exist. I'm glad that collectors have made them available. I was so amazed that I saw that rehearsal on YouTube. If you look for Gunsmoke rehearsal on YouTube, you might find a couple others. They're just a lot of fun. There was another one where in a scene where Miss Kitty and Marshall Dillon are talking in the rehearsal, they're clearly having sex while they're having that conversation. And it's Georgia Ellis is just so cool, and they're just so adorable. I just love that show. So there you go. I hope the giggling. Joe Townsend says, sounds like me during the Deadly Dolls Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea episode that we did on Retro Rangers, Deadly Dolls. It was the worst. Raphael is still trying to forgive us for making him watch that. Chris Box says, people like when I sing tenor 10 or 12 miles away. Bam! Spider Hat is laughing too. Look at him shake. Yeah, Spider Hat enjoys. He enjoys a lovely rehearsal, even though he and I never do them. DJB says Deadly Dolls was the best. Honestly, if I were just a merch man, I would be putting out I Survived the Deadly Dolls t-shirts like crazy. But there's some other merch I want to get to you before we do that. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, coming up in the coming week, so after most of the weekend, debuting on Sunday, we are starting our new season. Retro Rangers will be back. Retro Rangers will also swap with Retro Radio WATT, which is the Weber and Townsville thingy that we will do every other Sunday, and that will be radio shows. We will be playing radio shows for you and having the same kind of fun that we've been having here on Thursday nights. What will Thursday nights become? Well, you see, Thursday nights are going to become our recap and review show, Strange Old Trekkers, in which Eric, Joe Townsville, and I will review and, get people talking about this brand new bunch of episodes of Strange New Worlds for season 3. Everything we're doing as we change the schedule is really to bring in a new audience and to try to cross over into other areas. I love what we've been doing, but one of the things that I really want to do is become a much bigger account. I want to become a much bigger destination for people to watch our videos. So I do pay attention to what works and what everybody enjoys. And that's why I can tell you that Webo Mystery, including Spider Hat, we will be doing videos. And Joe and I have pretty much worked it out. Sorry, I just keep gesturing with Spider Hat's legs. I know Joe hates when I call them arms, but these are arms. They're up for anyway. We're going to be every Saturday. I'm going to make sure that I have posted a brand new episode of Webo Mystery. It will be pretty much I talk, then the show plays, then I say, a little something and say goodbye. Those do really well on YouTube, and I want that. So there will not be a discussion. There will not be, people's comments up on the screen. I will be putting information up on the screen, but it'll be a fun little way to listen to a radio show every week on the Webo Mystery, and you'll still get Spider Hat. For the live experience, that's going to happen every other Sunday. And just like our watch parties will happen every other Sunday. So that'll still be very interactive, very lively chat, lots of great things going on. I mentioned the Deadly Dolls t-shirt. DJB says she would buy it. Scott says, will Haunted Radio make a comeback? I really want to keep doing the Redux. So yes, and that will probably be a cover show. That'll be a show that I bring back from the vault of Haunted Radio. And we still will be doing episodes of that. So yes, thanks for asking about that, Scott. A Spider Hat t-shirt. That's something you might like. Planned. Thank you so much, Christopher. Pop-up radio. Exactly, Scott. Exactly. Pop-up video is one of my favorite shows. God, I love that show. And because they have so many rights problems, that show's not available anywhere, as far as I know. I can't find it anywhere because it's really hard to get the rights to play all of those songs, What do we got here from Chris? We can still make smart-ass remarks in the chat without them being posted. That's okay by me. Exactly, Chris. It's still going to be fun. Coming up this Sunday is the very first watch party of Retro Rangers returning, and that will be the movie Charade. It is a fantastic movie. It just happens to be public domain, and Joe and I will be leading the discussion, so I hope you join us Sunday. as all our shows remain, 7 p.m. on the West Coast and 10 p.m. on the East Coast. Thank you for staying up late for us, Raphael. And what else can I tell you? Tuesday nights now are going to be a brand new show, brand new audience, though I hope you will join us. Raf, you like wrestling. I think you might join us. We've got our Savage Series premiere of Retro Wrestlers Match Callers, and we're going to have a good friend of mine who has a show coming up that I will be working on, and that'll be my buddy Ruben Iglesias. He will be joining us Tuesday night. It's a shorter show. I'm hoping to get it done in under 40 minutes. Shouldn't be too hard. And Joe, of course, will be joining us as Mean Joe Gene Townsend. Mean Gene Okerlund was one of my favorite characters in all of professional wrestling. So the fact that Joe has agreed to be our boring guy in a suit, he won't have to wear a suit. I got to get that shirt to you, by the way, Joe. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you'll join us Tuesday for Match Callers. And that should be it. Chris says, look at Joe without his toupee. And Joe says, I got tired of combing the damn thing. Charade, yes, best Hitchcock movie that was not made by Hitchcock. It's going to be a lot of fun. We should get out of here. Oh my God, it's over an hour. Damn it. I thought we had this one. I thought you had this one, John. Thank you so much. This is such a fun show to do, and I appreciate all of the episodes you've been here for. 44 episodes of this show. Can you believe it? So I'm happy it's going to continue in videos on YouTube. They always do pretty well, numbers-wise. And we're going to keep building. We're going to keep making more out of the internet thingy. Oh, I should go. Good night, thanks. Goodbye, boys and girls.
Dark and bizarre, bizarre and dark, dark and bizarre. You ain't leaving with all you